This storm is going to be destructive, historic, and unfortunately life-threatening.
During its life cycle, it can unleash and release the same amount of energy as 10,000 nuclear bombs.
This storm is monster-sized. 3 elements colliding over the country's most populated corridor.
That's my big concern for New York City, is the storm surge.
The rain has really picked up. The beach used to be about 150 yards that way.
But we're on the bad side of the storm. There will be a domino effect of different things that happen. Then you start taking transformers out, then you have power outages.
NYU Hospital is being forced to evacuate tonight.
There are 280 patients. Earlier, I spoke to the head of the hospital.
Our patients are our most important concern right now.
I'm Dr. Grossman, the dean of the NYU Medical Center there. There is an evacuation taking place. That is official. An evacuation taking place at NYU. They're trying to get the most critical care patients out of the hospital.
Very dramatic situation. In fact, just a few seconds ago, another patient was brought out of here.
You can't really prepare for this. You have a system, then you have a backup system. There are no elevators. How do you get people down who are critically ill?
Well, we're trying to get them down through the stairs.
Some of these are neonatal patients, cancer patients, heart patients. We understand at least 45 of the patients are critical care patients.
The power went off completely, and all of the monitors, you know, you're seeing all these monitors here. There's a lot of buzzing and whatnot, and everything just went.
They do describe this evacuation as very orderly, that have drills for these types of situations, and thankfully a lot of personnel there are at the scene.
And what we're seeing here really is great teamwork in action.
I watched a miracle happening. I watched people around a big table, the head of the hospital, the head of nursing, doctors, cops, firemen, EMS people. We took them down on sleds. I watched this.
Wow.
It was, honest to God, if you want to feel good about New York, and you want to feel good about America, and you want to feel good about human beings, I wish you could have seen that.
I had the feeling in the pit of my stomach at first when I walked in. I thought, oh my, this isn't a movie. We don't know how this is going to end. And even though the stakes were incredibly high, everybody was just calm. People were doing what they had to do.
It's hard to imagine a worst case, but the worst case would have been if we lost one patient. That would have been the worst case.
Everybody was safe. Everybody actually did really well.
No one is more grateful for the hospital's response than the parents of those 20 infants.
As a parent, you know, it's very intense to deal with something like this with your kid, but to know that he's getting the best possible care has meant the world to my wife and I, and we're just really grateful.
How is Jackson doing?
He's doing great. He's doing great. He's in stable condition, and thanks to these ladies.
Disruptions like this push us to think about some new directions, which we might not have tried had this not happened. I've really been impressed and really heartened by everyone around me at NYU. You know, it's easy to have a positive spirit when those are your colleagues.
Everybody got out safely, thanks to an extraordinary team effort on a day when everything else went wrong.
This place took a hell of a hit.
So if we were standing here while this place was filling up, the water would come up to our neck?
It would almost cover your head and come up to my neck.
I'd be underwater.
Almost.
it may cost $1 billion to get the city's top academic medical center back to full strength.
We want to try to help as much as we can at the NIH to support those investigators to find a path forward and to be here to help them because they're going through a historic circumstance.
NYU Langone has brought in hundreds of cleanup workers, some with specialized skills from around the country. Hot air in these tubes is drying out the ceilings, floors, and walls. Cleanup is 24/7. How does that feel to you?
Well, it feels like I can't wait for it to start saving lives again.
Two months after Hurricane Sandy forced a dramatic patient evacuation, NYU's Langone Medical Center is back.
I'm delighted to announce that effective today, inpatient services for multiple programs and specialty services are now available.
It was estimated it would take 2 years, a year. I am absolutely thrilled and with great admiration stand here in appreciation of the efforts of everyone on this team.
We're witnessing a miracle here, the amazing turnaround and comeback of one of the greatest medical centers, not just in New York and not just in the country, but in the world.
There is no feeling comparable to being home.
For Dr. Leon Pachter, home is inside NYU Langone Medical Center, inside an operating room, where today surgical procedures resumed for the first time since the storm shut down this hospital.
Medical center officials say nearly all services are up and running.
Now there's new life in the halls of the hospital as key departments reopen, including labor and delivery.
Obstetrics in general is festive, but nothing like this. This is a real celebration. It really is great to be home.
Great to be open again, great to take care of patients in need, and everyone's excited.
This little newborn is already making history. The first baby born at NYU Langone Medical Center since the maternity ward was shut down by Superstorm Sandy.
What says it all is this little pin here. Ruby slippers, there's no place like home.
Special thanks again to this wonderful team that made this miracle happen.
We really want to thank our patients for their continued support and for not losing faith that we would truly be back stronger and better than ever.